Life Positive has launched a new special career counseling series for the advantage of parents and the candidates aspiring for higher education. In this new special career counseling series, second presentation, I am going to tell you the story of Swanand from Orrisa. The title of today's presentation is Nightmarish Story of Incomplete Education and Unfulfilled Dreams. The story of Swanand from Orrisa. In the special career counseling series, Life Positive had published the first counseling video with the title Seeking Admission in Foreign University, How to Get Your Educational Documents Certified. This presentation is available on YouTube on the below given link. You can click on the link and listen to that presentation. In this video, we had promised that in the next video, we are going to come out with a presentation on pitfalls for Indian students in foreign universities. And hence, this is the second presentation in the series. We are going to listen to the story of Swananda. Swananda is the only child of his mother and father who are living in Orrisa. The mother of Swananda is a housewife and the father is working in the steel plant in Orrisa. Swananda had gone to United States of America for dual degree program, MS plus PhD. He stayed in United States of America for 6 years. He had to return to India on 7th October 2023. After spending 6 long years in a renowned university in United States, he came back last month with only 2-year degree of MS, which means that Even after spending the stipulated time of 6 years, Swanand was not awarded the research degree of PhD. It is very unfortunate and sorry for Swanand, who had worked for 6 years but had to return to India with only MS degree, which is of 2 years. This means there is a total loss of 4 academic years, which are very vital years for any candidate from career point of view. This incident is very mentally, psychologically, emotionally shocking for the candidate and his parents, especially when the candidate is hailing from middle class family. The candidate is intelligent and candidate has excellent track record till his graduation. Swananda has many firsts to his credit on the academic front. He has had a good score in GATE, TOEFL, and GRE. And on the basis of the scores, he was selected in the Prime University for 5-year hybrid program of MS plus PhD. In the most of the US universities and in various departments in the universities, several funded projects which are either sponsored by government organizations, renowned companies having broad research base, various national and international research laboratories who fund the research programs. Based on this funding, research funding available for the department and the professors, the professors in the department select eligible academically sound candidates having research aptitude for research assistantship along with academic assistantship. The selected candidates get monthly stipend, which is enough for survival of the research candidate, for their research work in the laboratory of the department and teaching assistantship program for which they work. Every department in the renowned university prepares own research budget. In the budget, they declare the income side funds received from various sources, the funds received from various institutions. And on the expenditure side, they show the probable expenditure incurred by the department for conducting the research. The department prepares yearly schedule of research and submit it to the university for the highest academic body to approve that. Each professor in the department also chalks out the plans of external internship for research assistant in the similar or related field research institute in the country or outside the country. Every professor who has foresight and farsight allows and recommends the research assistant working under him to go for paid internship in the establishment of Repute or in the laboratory of Repute. This has two advantages. For the research assistant, gets varied experience. The second thing is that since the research assistant is going to be paid from the establishment or the laboratory, the department saves on the payment of remuneration to be paid to the research assistant. And this saving could be for 3 to 6 months. These measures help the professor and the department to adjust the funds if there is any shortfall. Apart from these measures, professor and the research assistant jointly write research papers, at least 2 per year. These research papers are primarily reviewed by the professor, who is the advisor to the research assistant. And then these papers are periodically accepted in the reputed reviewed journals dedicated to the field of expertise. If the journals raise some issues with the research paper, the advisor and the research candidate again review the suggestions given by the journal publishing authority and resubmit the papers for publication. And normally, such restructured, reconstructed research paper is usually accepted in the Research Journal of Repute. The periodic publication of the research papers and presentation in the seminars on the field of research give opportunity to the advisor and the research assistant to get publicity to the research, attract attention of the research community, attract attention of the organizations who could be the probable funding agencies, and they can get financial help from interested organizations and institutions, so that the department and the professor maintain a constant flow of funds out of which the various research activities are carried out. Thus, the department gets funds and new areas of research, and the survival and the quality control of the research and the research assistant is both ensured. The analysis of the inputs received and output of the department, the advisor and the research assistant shows that vital parameters of funding, fundraising, publication of research in the reputed journals, presentation of the research in seminars was not insisted by the advisor and the research assistant. As a result, the funds dwindled. The periodic publication of papers in the journals were also overlooked. Hence, the project and the department failed to attract new support from the society, organizations, and industries. When the situation went out of the control and become unmanageable for the university and the department and the professor who was the advisor, an educational atrocity measure was brought into use, and one fine morning, Swanand was handed over a letter by the department that his project cannot be funded anymore, and his candidature as a research fellow is being discontinued due to poor performance of the candidate. This is very unfortunate. The candidate had spent 6 valuable years in the department. But at the end of the 6 years, he was handed over the 2-year MS degree, and his 4-year contribution to the department and the research was neglected and overlooked. Who is responsible for this tragic turnout? The complete and a thorough analysis of the events shows that the candidate is to be blamed to the tune of 25%, since he failed to keep himself updated with the requirement of the course and did not discuss the issue and review the progress by involving senior research fellows in his and other departments. So Swanand is responsible 25%. But 25%, 75% responsibility lies with the department and the professor under whom Swanand was doing his research. It is very clear from the analysis of the events. The professor under whom Swanand was working lacked the expertise, lacked contacts and competency to manage the flow of funds and get the research done as per norms, as per the laid down standards, and get the research published in the scientific approved journals and attract the attention of the stakeholders. The graduate school from which Swananda had graduated is also responsible indirectly for this debacle. Because that institution lost track of the pass out student. They failed to implement the concept of curriculum, which entails active follow-up of the progress of the pass out student and measures to support him in higher education intellectually for minimum 5 years. The university from which Swananda had graduated failed to share the information of the pass out who had migrated to foreign countries for PG plus doctoral education to the University Grants Commission of India. All universities must share this vital information to UGC every year. And UGC in turn should submit the consolidated, classified information of higher education migrated students to the Department of Higher Education, Government of Maharashtra, Government of India. And this information, the Department of Higher Education, Government of India, should have shared the country-wise migration data to Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, to keep track of the citizens of India studying abroad. The non-coordinated efforts of various agencies working for higher education resulted in Swanand fighting a losing battle for the major mistake committed by the university, department, and the professor under whom Swanand had worked for 6 years. Had the MEA, the Ministry of External Affairs, had been kept in track by the Department of Higher Education, Government of India, some corrective measures could have been taken and the tragedy could have been avoided. Now Swanand is back to India. He has accepted his defeat for the major fault of the university and the department and now has returned home. I have studied the profile of Swanand very minutely. Swanand had cracked IAS prelim in the first attempt during COVID. He could not make it to the mains due to COVID restrictions. My observation is that Swanand will make one more attempt for IAS and succeed in the effort since he is really hardworking, studious, and intelligent. But I am raising this issue in the public to warn the parents and the aspirant candidates of the pitfalls. I hope and sincerely hope that this story of Swanand will be an eye-opener for the next generation, the next batches of aspiring candidates going to foreign countries. They will take serious precautions by studying the case study of Swanand and avoid failure and ensure success. I request and appeal all my supporters to give comments for this video. Thank you very much.